YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We got another video here by Chibi Reviews. Let's see this law that is passed. The video is called Texas Bill to Ban Anime Passes the House. The USA is set to become official state law. So Texas, y'all can't watch anime? God damn, bro. That is so weird. That is the most useless law I've ever heard, bro. Them trying to pass the law of them not watching anime. Anyways, Texas, not my problem, but let's see what's going on. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
If you don't know what you're looking at, let me explain. This is the bill in Texas that threatens to ban all anime. For instance, if you were to watch something like Goblin Slayer, One Piece, Naruto, or Bleach, you would be labeled as a felon. You might recall this conversation earlier this year, back in February 2025, where everybody was talking about it, and it gained so much traction that we even have Japanese politicians talking about the subject and closely monitoring this bill that is actively moving through Congress, moving through the House and Senate.
This is the most dumbest law I've ever heard in my life, bro. So people cannot watch fictional content media of cartoons like that is so dumb. Like, what's going on in America? What's happening in Texas? God damn.
And how it can have an overarching effect, not just on the United States, but also around the world. Because the bill, for many people's agreement, it's unconstitutional.
Yeah,
it
it's
will
weird.
Affect freedom of speech, freedom of expression.
Yeah.
It'll hurt cartoons. It'll hurt anime.
It's a contradiction. Yeah, it's literally a contradiction. I thought America is free, but you niggas can't watch anime. I'm not saying anything. Man, they can take the anime. I don't give a damn. It's Texas, but it's weird. It's like, so y'all, out of all things, y'all want to ban anime. Out of all things that are bad, and it's crazy.
Animation, drawings, it will hurt a lot of things. And so, a lot of people are actively watching where this bill is going.
Yeah.
However, you might recall a few weeks ago, there was an article I covered, and many others talked about as well, to where niche gamers said that Democrats block a bill to ban Goblin Slayer and other anime in Texas. And the bill in question that was blocked, according to this article, was SB 20, which I'm talking about in this video. This article is clearly not accurate. It is not accurate by any means, because the bill, just a few days ago, effectively was passed by the House. And it's actually worse than you thought. It wasn't the Democrats trying to block it. In fact, the Democrats all said yes to the bill, and so did the Republicans. So both political sides of the spectrum basically said yes to the bill being passed. 139 yeses,
Whoa.
0 nays, and 2 present but did not vote. So what this effectively means is it was a unanimous vote from both political parties to put SB 20 in action. So this article saying that Democrats were on the side of the people trying to ban this bill is factually incorrect. This was made back in the 8th of May, 2025. Wow. I wanted to point this out because many might remember I covered this topic and so many others did, but it's very clear that this is aged very poorly and the bill is still moving through.
Dude, what's going on? I don't get it. I literally, I'm so lost. Like, why would they now be like, okay, cool, we don't want any anime because of Goblin Slayer? Dude, there's a lot of worse shit. They should have put a High School DxD up in on that freaking picture, bro. Cause Goblin Slayer, cause I think they show what, sexual assault. Oh damn, dude. I think it's because maybe they show SA, or maybe they show like weird scenes. Yeah, it does get a bit creepy, weird scenes and all of that, But it's not that deep. It's only one episode and then they move on, bro. It's fictional. It's fictional stuff, It's like, damn, like we literally I can play a game where I'm murdering, pillaging, going crazy on people, Grand Theft Auto, but then an anime, a fictional, like, dude, we even have movies where this happens. We have movies which are 10 times worse. It's just insane, bro. This is insane.
I don't know where this information actually came from, but let's get back on topic. So what is the bill? Why are people worried? And how will this affect you? So first of all, we need to talk about this subject right here. It has been filed. It was out of Senate committee, then it was voted on by the Senate, then it was out of the House committee, and then it was voted on by the House. And as you can see by the dates here, literally on the 22nd of May here, it was voted. Unanimously, it passed. You can see the color codings here. If it's green, it indicates that the bill has passed this stage. There's 2 more stages for it to officially become a law. For instance, it needs to reach the governor table, and then the bill becomes law. And where you're getting the overall date of September 1st, apparently, according to this, if the bill does pass the government table, the governor's table, it will officially become a law on September 1st, 2025.
Wow.
Pretty much banning all anime
in Texas.
in the state. Which means that this can have an overarching effect, and this bill might be introduced into other states around the country.
Yeah, definitely.
It might cause other countries to follow suit with this bill. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. What I'm trying to say is that the bill so far hasn't fully become law yet. However, it's not inaccurate to say the bill hasn't passed. It did pass the House, and it is concerning, especially when you factor in that all sides, Republicans and Democrats, said yes to the bill, which means that it is not really a far-fetched thing to say that the governor of Texas won't sign it and say yes to it.
He will.
Very unlikely he's going to deny it. It's possible,
it's very
but
unlikely.
It's very unlikely when you have both sides agree on this subject. So, if it
because
does...
they'll add spies. They'll just show him the scene of the Goblin Slayer scene, of course, in the beginning, the first episode. They're gonna show him that. But if they literally watch the show, literally, bro, it's nothing like the first scene. But of course, they're gonna add spies, because politicians don't really give a damn about this stuff.
Theoretically happen and it does become law, that's where things get even more interesting. It will obviously be pushed into federal court, aka the Supreme Court, and it will be, probably for many, many years, maybe months, I don't know, where it's going to be debated if it's constitutional or not. And at this current time, it's appearing that it's definitely not constitutional.
It's not.
So let's get into the wording and why people are actually concerned. This right here is what the Texas SB 20 bill has within it, and I showed this many months ago when this was brought up, but basically, at first glance, this seems like a good thing that the politicians brought up. They're trying to ban usage of AI depicting actual kids and images of kids being processed through AI. At first glance, this is a good thing. I fully support that. I'm just going to be completely point blank on that. It is a good thing that they want to ban that because obviously that is very harmful. However, the bill also adds and tacks on cartoons, animation, and other things like that in sculptures, which means that it won't just stop at actual real kids being hurt, but just random depictions in anime, manga, and also in cartoons.
That's literally every single anime, because every anime has depictions of child used in animation used currently artificial intelligence. I mean, yeah, every single anime does have depictions like that. This stuff is so weird, bro.
Be banned,
this is weird. I thought this shit was fake. Holy, I thought it was fake. No cap.
You can become a felon just for watching.
This is actually my second time seeing this, because I saw it on Twitter. People were debating that Texas is gonna take away anime, and now seeing it again where the bill has been passed and all of that. Yeah, this is weird, bro. This is a weird one.
Goblin Slayer, One Piece, Naruto, or Bleach, or other anime has been brought up because of this. Now, in terms of optics, when you look at the overall captions of this bill, it makes a lot of sense why both political parties have, unanimously said yes to this bill, because obviously it does look bad if you go against this bill. It does. Because obviously, why wouldn't you want to protect a kid? Makes sense. It does. It does. However, with the way the wording is and how loose it is, and
it's
how
very
obscenity
loose.
laws are and everything, it can be really harmful to a lot of people. It can actually legitimately cause just blanket bans of anime, manga, sculptures, paintings. You get the point. So that is where the concern actually lies. Crazy. I understand why both parties on both political sides probably unanimously agreed to this, because they might not have read the entirety of the bill.
No,
they might not fully understand what anime and cartoons are. Let's be honest, there's a lot of old fogies within Congress, the Senate, and House, and Supreme Court.
They don't give a damn.
Yeah, of course they wouldn't understand technology and cartoons and anime, etc. It's not meant for them. They don't watch what we watch, basically. So what I'm trying to say is that There is a lot of optics around this. There's a lot of people discussing about the
weird.
AI segment of it, which makes sense why they want to ban that. I'm actually on board with that, because processing real, actual kids in an AI generator, yes, that is dangerous. Very dangerous. But attaching other stuff associated with that is what the problem with this bill actually is. That's why people have an issue with it. Because, like I said, you could just become a felon for watching One Piece, Goblin Slayer, which is obviously not a good thing. So, what happens next? Well, at this current time, the bill stages, it's up to the governor. We have to see what the governor is going to do. We got to see if it's going to pass or not, because for all we know, maybe the governor just denies it, and that means that it does not happen. It won't pass. But there's a very high likely chance it's going to, which then that means the next stage is the Supreme Court, which is not good. So we'll see where that one goes. But yeah.
Jeez Louise, Texas, what the hell is going on in your guys' state? Yo, y'all are banned from anime? What's going on? Jeez Louise. It's not that deep, guys. Come on, it's just anime. Let it go. But yeah, you guys tell me what you guys think. This is a crazy bill. I don't know what could happen because, man, you know, the English that is written in this bill is very loose. It's very obscure, you know. So I don't know, dude. This could be actually really bad for some people. Anyways, you guys tell me what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.